Greetings and welcome to all who are listening to this transmission. This information is vital to all of the practitioners across the Reiki family. However, if you are doing any kind of energy work on this planet, it will be highly beneficial for you to receive this information and the updates. If your question is what has changed and why these updates are needed, the short answer to that would be everything. Absolutely everything has changed on our plane. Since 2012, the electromagnetic grid of the planet Earth started to update. The magnetic poles created a very unified new configuration. Regularly, we are being receivers of the powerful waves of the electromagnetic and higher energies that are reaching through to Earth from the universal sources. If you look at the various configurations around the planet and the energy points, they are now activated, connecting, just like a big apparatus that was a bit dormant is now starting to come to life. So in a way, as it is said, it is the same space but different place. So we have definitely gone higher on the level of the planetary evolution. The update of the Reiki and general energy work around the planet has also started around 2012, and we have been receiving the particular updates and the aspects of this change over this time. But as you're aware, around 2012, there was still only 2% of the human population that was resonating with the ascension energies. Now, in this year 2016, we are reaching the point of 21% of the human population in resonance with the ascension energies. And now is the time for these updates, for these shifts and changes to actually become more of a global phenomenon. That's why they are shared right now. So for this short introduction, I would like to emphasize several important things that have changed around Reiki. One very important thing is that in the new consciousness, the consciousness of oneness, we do not recognize separation anymore. In the previous consciousness, the heaven and earth were perceived as separate, so we were invoking the divine energy, channeling it through ourselves, through our hands, and we were giving that energy to the recipient, like a bridging the gap between heaven and earth. However, in the oneness consciousness, we as a practitioner understand that we are in absolute unity with the divine. We become one with my divine. And in this configuration, we work as an embodiment of the divine energies. So no more bringing it from somewhere to somewhere, but we become practitioners via resonance. As our resonance centers start becoming activated and we literally merge with the energy of the universal field, which is not behind a veil or hidden anymore and need to be invoked, but we become that field. The previous configuration for the human race was the two triangles coming together, the Star of David, where the Trinity of Heaven and Trinity of Earth were coming together. However, now that configuration for the human race has changed, and the second very important difference within the Reiki activations is the new symbols. As you know, the new symbols are seen as two-dimensional symbols, but in reality, they are actually new configurations that bring a very particular activation of life wire energies. So one of the symbols you would be receiving in the consciousness, and it will be activated within your field, and then you become in resonance. So actually your energy field becomes one with the new symbols and the new energies, is Karai. Karai is the symbol of the reason Kundalini. All in previous configurations were speaking of the human race with having Kundalini dormant, or the spiral of the Kundalini or the vortex at the base of the spine. And all of the processes of enlightenment were about rising that Kundalini to start moving through all the chakras, unify the chakras, and then through the pituitary and pineal gland, pierce out, which then activates the energy field of the divine spark, which from spark becomes a huge body of light. So the saints and the enlightened people will have that little dot in the middle of their forehead with the piercing Kundalini, and then the halo around their bodies and their heads. So this symbol is the symbol of reason Kundalini. So once you receive it, you are into the next configuration. We are not anymore called to rise the sleeping Kundalini. We are called to accept the pattern and repatterning within the universal energies, which gives us the reason Kundalini. Once you are into that energetical space, everything in your life starts changing, and you become a very powerful healer that can affect the energy fields of others. And then once that symbol is received, the second one, Raman, brings this activation within the heart space, where from the little spark of divine, that energy rises into the level of globe or orb. Once you're into the activated heart of the orb, you become one with my divine, and you start creating as the activated unified being. And the 5 directions, as you can see, there are 3 lines going up towards the head. The next direction is the right arm, the left arm, the right leg, the left leg. So then as a human being activated on earth, you're starting to create in all 5 directions. And that is the particular new configuration which starts bringing all of our actions, thoughts, words in a perfect synchronicity with our divine source. So these energies are bringing you the mother source and the father force together into the unified way, which is for the first time for the human race since the fall experienced. And we as healers have this amazing privilege and joy to be the bringers of these new configurations for everyone that we touch, work with, heal, and so forth. The third element which I would like to emphasize in this introduction is the way of how we ground. Within the previous configuration and the way how the healing was done, we were asked to bring again the divine energy from above through our body and right into the earth. Again, the separation. Heaven is up there, earth is down here, and we are connecting. Now, that looks almost like grounding through the wire. In these new configurations, we are stepping into the infinity grounding or 888 grounding, where we ground or synchronize field within the field within the field. So it is infinite you within infinite earth within infinite universe, synchronized. And that feels, you can trust my word, and everyone who has gone through these transformations already, all of us light workers feel, oh my God, thank you, because the grounding in the old configuration was a bit difficult for the practitioners, and all of us light workers felt a little bit unhappy to be grounded at all times. It was difficult. We felt that as a restriction on our field, and lots of practitioners were guilty for being a little bit ungrounded and spaced out at times. With the new grounding, we are in our element. All of the fields are so synchronized, and your potency as a healer is just so powerful through the thought, word, deed, the way how you affect others and how your life changes. So this is an open invitation for everyone who is resonating with these energies to join for the courses and the events that are coming up. I must emphasize here that this work is not my personal work. This is divine work that has been given and manifested and absolutely modulated to perfection over the last several years, and obviously it is work in progress. So all of us now stepping within the new grid, we become like a live wire connection. There is no I'm connected now and then not so much connected the next moment. No, no, no. This is now on, switched on. And we become like a huge platform of the light work. So not just one little practitioner there, another one there, another one there, bringing a little bit of the energies. Now we become manifested global source force of light on this plane. So if you feel ready and you feel that this work resonates with you, you are cordially invited to join in. Karai Ra, Karai Raman. So keep going, keep growing, and keep glowing in the ascension energies.